Boundaries were designed to create a minority-majority district. The city's Neighborhood and Community Relations Department just announced its new blueprint for equity as an ongoing engagement strategy to connect the broader community. How do you specifically plan to define and implement equity-based solutions within our neighborhoods and the city as a whole?
I think that it's really important to champion the efforts of the city to engage multilingual residents, and the neighborhood associations have provided such a vital vehicle to begin that work. I recognize that we still have a lot more work to do because we do need to reach residents in a new way, in a community organizing way. And so as such, I feel that one of the strongest initiatives that we're going to have on the City Council to do is to ensure that we continue to fund the neighborhood associations, that we continue to encourage neighborhood associations to hire multilingual organizers. I know PPNA has been leading the way in organizing and convening Latino folks. Corcoran Neighborhood Organization has also done similar things. And there's a lot of other neighborhood associations throughout the city that are seeing this demographic change. And so we need to continue to dig deep with these neighborhood associations and encourage them and train them around issues of white privilege, around issues of engagement and empowerment and inclusion.
Neighborhoods do know better than City Hall about their community and about what's needed. And it's part of the responsibility of a City Council person to find resources for our neighborhoods and to make sure that they have what they need to engage the community on a wide variety of topics. Now, personally, I think when we talk about equality, one of the central ways that we can make sure that everyone is being treated equally is to focus on the common ground. Because when City Hall and the city government focuses on providing essential services, we all benefit, no matter who we are or where we live. When we focus on fully funding those city services and enforcing the law, whether it's a problem property or an absentee landlord, we all benefit. When we focus on job growth and development, even on this lot, to find a permanent home for the Midtown Farmers Market, to bring in housing, to bring in business and commercial space, we all benefit. And as long as we all have a seat at the table and we can all share in the benefits of that growth, that is how we find equality and a good place in our community. Thank you.
The word equality has so many meanings, and everyone can take that word and translate the way they want it. Equality to our community in regard the new district that they aligned. I was in District 8, right? They drove me into 9, or I don't know how they districted, but I was in 9. I never thought about I'm gonna run because we have a great council person that used to be in our district. But the reason I choose is the lack of equality in Lake Street, the lack of equality in a Phillip community. In 2010, I volunteered. They closed that big building down there in the community centers. It is obvious that you can see a specific community has the advantage and the benefit to access some sources in the city hall, while others get neglected and left behind. And that's why I'm standing in front of you today to make that and create a model that works for every one of you and everyone in District 9. Thank you.
When we talk equity-based solutions, we're talking how the city approaches the citizenship on these issues. We need a multifaceted, multilingual approach. We need to empower the neighborhoods to reach out to every neighbor they have in their neighborhood. We have to reach out to the block clubs. We have to communicate with every resident. We have to reach them through all community affairs. We can outreach through social clubs, faith-based organizations, schools, and the neighborhood associations. It's about outreach and inclusion. And I think the City Council has shown a history of that, and I think it can be improved on, and I would work towards that. Thank you.
If I was councilor, my starting point in addressing the legacy of racism is to understand that it's not just a past problem, it's a continuing structural problem that is deeply rooted in the character of our society. To me, fighting for equity means putting more well-trained, well-paid teachers in the classroom that can give the kind of specialized attention to close the achievement gap. It means publicly financed youth jobs program for Little Earth, which faces 75% unemployment. To me, equity looks like a moratorium on foreclosures, which more than any other single factor has stripped the wealth from Black and Latino families in this country. Equity looks like raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, which will disproportionately lift up thousands of communities of color out of poverty. The fight for equity means building power in our communities, building lines of solidarity, and fighting the structural racism that has for so long dominated our society. Thank you.